In this video, we compare DeWALT's 2 electric pressure washers. Let's check them out.
Put it on stun. Slow here. Alright, so tell us the difference between the 2100 and 2400.
Well, there's a power difference. We have a 300 Psi power difference between the larger and the smaller one here. So, as we call this one the suitcase one because it's shaped like a rectangle and it's fairly size friendly, versus this one is a skyscraper, I guess you could call it. Yes.
Look at them tires. You gonna be going off-roading on those?
Yeah.
In
the grass.
Check them out. Check them out. Oh, and hey, let's curb the backpack one. Let's see how it does. Oh, hey, dude, we gotta take them over to the steps. Okay, real world scenarios. We're checking out how would the backpack go down steps.
So there's 2 ways you can do it. If you can carry it, you just walk it down.
What?
But if you
You little cheater.
If you have to, you do it the other way.
No, we're not. Oh, that's right. That's walker time. All right, bring the big boy down. Let's check out these wheels. Oh yeah. See, that thing's heavy enough.
Yeah.
You're not going to be carrying it down.
No.
I mean, it's not.
I don't want to pick that up.
What does the box say? Okay, so we found out the real weight. Kinda. The box says 57 pounds. Not sure if that's including the cardboard box or not. But what's the backpack say?
30 pounds.
And that's what it feels like. It feels like almost double the weight.
Yep.
Don't know if that matters to you, but you know, if you're throwing it in a vehicle or transporting or whatever, the 2400's a little heavy.
Okay, talking about pressure washers, if you're into looks, I think the stand-up one is a little bit cooler on the exterior.
Yeah.
However,
Oh yeah, she's cool looking. Check it out.
the backpack clearly has a better looking wand.
Oh man, this is like straight up out of Hollywood right here.
This is really cool looking. Each time I assemble this thing, I'm like, what is this?
You're like, really? Do I own this? You're just like,
Yeah.
am I in a dream? Is it? Do you pinch yourself every time?
And then
I think he does.
The turbo too.
Oh my goodness, I got some weeds down there. Oh, I gotta tell Mama.
Looks like some type of Star Wars blaster.
All right, let me check it out. I don't know. It feels pretty nice.
Yeah.
Let me check it out. It's pretty nice too. Okay. So let's do a comparison. We're gonna do, let me see. Let's do 2100 here and the 2400 here. We're gonna, we got to compare. Oh, you're doing the turbo?
That's what I grabbed because.
All right.
Yeah.
So you got to have turbos on both.
Yeah. We'll
Okay.
do turbos on
Okay.
both.
So let me get my phone. I'm going to time it. We will speed it up. I'll give you, I don't know, 3 minutes.
Yep.
And I'll speed it up.
All right. We'll just see how much I can do in 3 minutes.
Yep. And this one with the 21, 3 minutes on this, 2400. Let's do it. All right, we're going to talk about the tips that these things come with, but first we're talking about the 2100. We're rocking this turbo tip. So, you know, it comes with both the 15 degree and the 40 degree. So does the 2400. The 15 degrees more of a spot, and the 40 degrees more of a fan. You'd use that on siding and something you want to make sure you're not striping and it's delicate surfaces. But this turbo tip absolutely rocks. It has kind of a pattern of a silver dollar, and it cleans really well. Now, if you notice, we did this section in 2 minutes and 10 seconds, roughly, and it actually turned out pretty well. There's a couple of areas right there, but you know, Harley was kind of getting in the groove of running it. That's what the 2100, that had a rating of 1.2 gallon volume per minute and rated at 2100 psi. Now we're going to test the 2400. We go again. It has 1.1 gallons per minute. Yes, you heard me. A little bit less volume, and it's rated at 2400 psi, 300 psi more than the 2100. But we're going to get into it right here, and one thing you'll notice, Harley was running the machine slower. Now, right about this point, I kind of yell at him. I'm like, hey, you're going to have to speed up. You're going to run out of your 3 minutes. And he's like, I'm going as fast as I can. He says it's striping. Interesting. How is it this power washer that's 300 psi more is falling behind? So let me see. Where's my phone? There it is. 10 seconds. So we're roughly about 30 to 40 seconds behind the 2100. I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, you could just feel that this wasn't putting out as much water. This is in no way a dig on it. I mean,
no.
Typically, using less water is always better, but you know, sometimes you.
But it actually looked like it was taking you longer.
Yeah.
So let's look at the results. Now you do have some striping here, just a little bit, but that easily could be fixed. And this one over here, when I told you to speed up, you really start getting your striping over here. Okay, so let's do another test. Let's use let's put the wide band on.
Yeah.
And do this. Let's break this in the middle here, and let's just kind of test it to see how the 2100 performs against the 2400. The turbo tip seems to work pretty good on the 2100. The white tip, which is what, 45 degree? 40 degree, clearly works better on the 2400.
Yeah.
By far. So, man, I almost want to hook the 2400 back up and hit that right there.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so let's do that. All right, so we got the 40 degree tip mounted on that 2400. Now we already did this test earlier on this section of concrete, but we switched to the 2100 halfway through and it started striping. Now we were a little confused because we knew this section was heavier soiled the closer we got to the steps, so we went back to the 2400. But you can clearly see that the 2400 with this 40 degree tip is the one that's definitely taking the win here. Yeah, I got to call it. And this thing's just getting her done. 2400 with the white tip. That's it. Interesting right here because we're not sure which one's the better choice.
Yeah. So personally, it's up to you. If you want larger wheels, get the 24. If you want size, get the 21. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Now, is there anything to be said about the 21 and 24? I mean, do you think that the 24 is bigger? Is it more reliable?
Possibly.
I mean, it's double the weight. Is that because of the frame?
It's obviously later on down the road, it might be easier to do maintenance on it, like if you have to change the pump out or whatnot, versus the 21 is not even visible.
They only have it rated at a tenth volume less. But I can physically see a difference in the water volume difference.
We've been changing them back and forth.
We've been going back and forth, and you can actually tell that the 2100 is moving more volume. So I don't know. Okay, what do we got here? We got the units down there. So it looks like the same length hose. What do you think of the materials that the hoses are made of?
So the 2400 comes with a little bit stronger hose.
Give it a bend.
Kink wise.
Oh, yep. All right, do it over here.
This is the 21. Is a little bit easier. You can actually kink it.
Okay.
But
okay.
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, looks pretty decent. What'd you end up using?
21.
You finished 21? Okay.
Yep.
With what? Oh, the
Turbo.
All right.
We are done here.
I want to throw them in the back of the vehicle. Okay. I want to see, as far as size comparisons, how they fit in the vehicle. You know, I guess we'll see. This seems very well made. Both of them seem like they got pretty good, excellent wands. I never thought we'd see a day that we'd have this power washer like this. That's cool. So here's another thing. For all the people that are talking about the hose not being as heavy duty, you can't coil it as tight either. So the lighter it is, the smaller you can coil that up. And, you know, and tuck it behind that band right there. Now, neither of us, we haven't tried out the soap yet.
I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
You put soap in this?
Mm-hmm. I didn't use the
approved.
I think they make approved soap. I just used some of the McGuire's car soap.
Okay.
Seemed decent.
Okay.
For what it was. So.
Okay.
When I say decent, it did decent at spraying soap that it's not supposed to be spraying.
Is there an actual on and off to the soap?
No, it just comes out of the system when you're done.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you got to run it a little ways.
Gotcha.
See, like when we start, I noticed after you run soap, I started it this when we were doing this, and it shot a little bit of soap out.
Oh, okay. Okay, I saw that. I didn't know. I didn't realize what that was. So, okay. All right. So since cavemen have been around, they have realized that square things do not roll. And you're going to see that the 2100 transports much better because we know square things don't roll, right? Okay, so, well, it's moving there, but it's not going to be tumbling and doing a whole bunch of other things. It's a lot smaller package. The hoses are all tucked in there tight. The 2400 has these big wheels, and it's almost double the weight, so it's just not going to be as friendly. But Harley here came up with a good idea about popping both these pins, reversing the handle, making it shorter to where it wouldn't take as much height. But you're still going to need a smaller SUV or some hatch, some car that has a little bit more room in the back to get the 2400 in there. That's just, I think you are. I don't believe this is going to fit in a typical car, whereas the 2100 will fit in anything. I think you could strap that thing in the back of a moped, but I know you could. Get some shoulder straps and cruise down. I'm already seeing it now. But either way, yeah, keep that in mind. You know what you're wanting to, what your end goal is, and if it's something you're going to be transported very often, you may want to look at the 2100. Where that's why we originally bought the 2100, which I just want to make this. We bought both these, both the 2100 and the 2400. But we bought the 2100 because of it being square originally, knowing that at the end of our jobs, our construction jobs, that we would be transporting a lot of materials. Sometimes we got small cleanup jobs there, and it would not be something that gives us hassling, is that even a word? Is a hassle to transport. So that's why we chose to go with that one, but then got intrigued with the 2400, so we snagged one of them up. And, there's no clear winner. 2100 does better with the turbo tip from what we've seen. The 2400 does better with the white tip. So, they're both built incredibly well, where you get all the ingenuity and the compactness and the cleverness with the 2100. You get all the sturdy and the longevity and the just the ruggedness of the 2400. So I can't tell you one's better than the other. I think they're both cool power washers, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. The audio messed up on this clip, or I wouldn't have to be doing this voiceover, but we're digging both. So enjoy. See ya.